Welcome to On the Record from CompTIA, it's Breakaway. I'm here with Ross Brown, who's the VP Worldwide of Partner Sales for a little company called Microsoft. Ross, it's been a long time since I've seen you.
Yeah,
I can't believe that your daughter's now 4 years old.
Yep.
Unbelievable. I just told you, my son turned 6 today, so we both should be at home with the kids.
Indeed.
That being said, we're not, so let's get right into it. Let's talk about what's on everybody's mind, the cloud.
Yep.
Real, not real?
Well, that's an interesting question because it's real. I mean, it's real in the sense that it's a thing you can use. I would say it's been real for a long time as a actual viable thing. And I tell people all the time, if you don't believe in the cloud, go look at who does your payroll. ADP is a cloud provider. They integrate into ERP systems to do accounting, and they deliver paychecks to people and do direct depositing. And if you don't understand the cloud, that's the easiest way to get your head around it is, here is a service that delivers both a application functionality, tax management, payroll, direct deposit, all that other sort of stuff, integrated into my on-premise ERP system that manages payroll. Now take that model and take it to everything. So how I do systems management, how I do email, how I do collaboration, all that stuff is all deliverable that way.
So, for the channel, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Like, I'm making these questions really simple.
It's a good thing.
I can ask you almost one-word questions. Can you give me one-word answer?
No, it's a really good thing. And I'll tell you the reason is partners make their money not on creation of technology, they make their money on integration of technology. And cloud is a huge integration story. Right? I mean, generally, unless you're an ISV, most of your money comes from project-based services delivering integration work, or managed services where you're managing the integration of a system and the workflow through it. So for the vast majority of partners, cloud is another system that they have to integrate. And what we're finding for most of the partners who are selling our business productivity online suite, who are working with us on CRM online, who are doing Exchange online and those sorts of things, is there's a benefit because it's just as big of an integration project to do cloud as it is on premise, but you now have an ongoing contractual relationship that binds you to that customer. So you become the incumbent IT provider.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, because all of a sudden now, between managed services and now the cloud and all and the SaaS tools and so on, VARs are actually being allowed to charge for what they do.
Yeah, well, they always were allowed to.
But it's a new concept too.
Yeah.
And I can't understand it. VARs, I hear them all the time saying to me, well, I don't get this recurring revenue model. But gee, I wish I could get one.
Yeah. We had a roundtable with a number of partners at the Worldwide Partner Conference, and there was one moment where one of our partners, who had been early with us on BPOS, the Business Productivity Online Suite, which is Exchange and SharePoint and Office Communication Server, he'd been early, and it's now 20% of his business. And he looked at the other 14 partners around the table and said, you guys really don't get this. This isn't just about a different way of counting revenue. It's a different valuation for your company because the predictability of the revenue, the repeat attach of services makes the valuation go up. So as a project-based partner, my bank looks at me and says, well, you could go out of business tomorrow. You don't have any contractual relationships with your customers. You don't have any guaranteed cash flow. Literally, if you lost your customers, you would be done. There's nothing there. So I'm going to value it 30 to 40% of 1 year sales, which you look at an exit and stuff, most of those owners of businesses say, well, I'm just going to bleed cash out of it until I'm done, and that's my retirement plan. With the cloud, this partner was saying, I'm valued at 2.5 times 1 year sales on the cloud business, and I'm valued at 30 to 40% on my project business. So I can't wait to move over to the cloud because the revenue is stronger, but the ongoing services component out of it makes me predictable to the bank and increases access to capital.
And the only thing I would probably change on that is that as the cloud gets more substance to it, not substance, that's not the right word, more credibility, adoption rate higher, I think the 2.5% will probably go to 4, 5, 6%, more like a lot of more general businesses out there.
Yeah, it'll go to 4 to 5 times. The model to look at is insurance agents. If you look at how an insurance agent values its agency, its book of business, all the other stuff with a predictable renewal rate and a predictable customer base, that's what partners should be modeling off of.
Yeah, it's fabulous. And now, the problem though that a lot of ours talk about, and I think it is a real problem, is if I'm not in their face on a regular basis, in my customers' faces, how do I keep that, trusted business advisor type status?
Well, they are. So this is we were talking about this in an earlier session, but There's a difference between stuff delivered as a service and the context and intelligence around what to do with that service. So our successful partners are the ones who are saying, look, we'll sign you up for BPOS, the online suite, and we'll manage all the change ad moves, the mailbox policies, all that stuff. We'll sign you up for Windows Intune, our managed desktop service, but we'll set group policy. We'll do that. So they actually write 2 contracts, one to Microsoft for the infrastructure component, and the other to the partner, which is about managing that infrastructure for them. And that creates a monthly relationship with them that makes them the incumbent. If someone goes in and just does a deployment and doesn't try to layer their services on top of it as a contractual relationship, they're missing the mark.
So you're telling me that they're not supposed to be selling products, but they're supposed to be selling these solution type things?
Well,
what a novel idea.
Yeah, I mean, let me be clear. I'm very happy with people who want to respond to a customer request to supply product to them. It's happy. That pull-based business is a big part of Microsoft's business. But to really grow a partner business, you have to move into that trusted advisor, that I am the incumbent IT expert for you, especially in small business. You have to take that position in order to get the benefits of an ongoing relationship with them.
So, I'll ask it to you a different way. I want you to think of one of your VARs who you think has the potential, maybe already there, but also the potential in the new world of this whole new delivery systems and everything else. Mm-hmm. I want you to picture one that you think is going to be a rock star. Like just perfect, okay? Tell me, describe him. And not his
company name and all that stuff,
Yeah, we don't need that. If you want, you can.
Nah, I'll leave him out. So it's a partner of ours in the Bay Area who was an early adopter, went into it hard, and has taken basically every customer that he has off of on-premise email and moved it over to the cloud, but become the incumbent IT provider around all that stuff. So his repeat project rate, his non-productivity related projects, things like looking at IT utilization, sorry, get a little feedback, looking at the ongoing projects that he gets out of it, his return rate on those projects have gone way up. And that retention, where it's not a question of, okay, I need to find a partner, but it's, can you do this for us? And they become the default person they go to. And then they say quite clearly, we either have the expertise or we don't. If we don't, we'll bring another partner in, but we'll get it done for you. That has shifted their business. Their growth rate is faster, their profitability is up, and the predictability of their revenue is way up.
So do they have, let's say you and I decide that we're going to go into business together. Okay?
I get 51%.
But you want to keep your job at Microsoft. I want to keep my job in my company, and so we're going to hire somebody to run this business for us, and it's going to be a VAR company.
Yep.
What's the skill set that you want him to have?
So I've been thinking.
This might be our first fight.
I think we're all right on this. So I've been thinking about this a lot lately. And I think one of the things that we haven't done as Microsoft that is going to be a focus area for me over the next couple of years is we talk to sales leaders and partners really well. We talk to technologists and partners really well. We don't talk to owners well. We don't have a lot of tools and resources for people who've started. Because when you look at the profile of a typical VAR, they're the technologist who doesn't like working for other people. They're reluctant entrepreneurs in many cases. They had an opportunity, they saw a couple of clients in the marketplace, they got started, and eventually it became a business to run. If you and I were going to hire someone, I would want to hire somebody who has experience in running an IP-based practice so that what they learn through a project gets formally captured, put back in the business, and increases the IP value of it. I'd want to have somebody who understands cash flow really well, the core competency around running a business and understanding the predictability of revenue, how you have forward-looking indicators, all that other sort of stuff. But most important above all, somebody who can sell. Because at the end of the day, nothing happens until somebody sells something, and driving that trusted, it's a people-to-people business, so you need somebody who can really drive that trusted advisor relationship and then has the technical business acumen on top of it.